Welcome in, guys, to your NFL Week 7 recap. We're 7 weeks into the NFL, and we're going to start off with the Thursday game, which we had the Broncos versus the Browns, 14-17. It was 0-7 in the first, 0-10 in the first. Go back to my and then a touchdown by Melvin Gordon in the third to make it 7-10 in the third. Touchdown in the third to make it 7-17 in the third. Touchdown from Williams in the fourth to make it 14-17 to the Browns. So good win for the Browns. And then we had the Chiefs lose 3-27 to the Titans. It was 0-7 in the first, with a passing touchdown from Henry in the first. Touchdown by the Titans in the first. I just said that. They had 0-14 in the first. Field goal in the second for the Titans, 0-17. Second touchdown for the Titans in the second. Then 0-24 in the second for the Titans. Then a 51-yard field goal to 51-yard field goal. 6-27 in the third. And then it was it was, sorry guys, it was 0-27 in the third and 3-27 in the fourth, and the Titans win. They good win for the Titans and bad win for the Chiefs. Then we had the game of the weekend. We had Dan Campbell, who's going to take people's kneecaps out, Owen Hart style, and Matthew Stafford, the former franchise player for the Lions, coming back. Well, he wasn't coming back to Detroit, but he was in the Rams' stadium. If it was in Detroit, could you imagine the toxic or the reaction he would get, Matthew Stafford, after leaving Detroit back in the summer? But anyway, this was another kind of what I said last week, is that you can see in this game, even though it was 19-28 to the Rams, you could see in this game that, like I said in the other weeks, that the Lions are Dan Campbell is doing something great with his Lions franchise. Like, he's trying to actually get them to change their mindset and change their culture around the whole Lions franchise, and trying to rebuild that next generation of, because for years I know he's got a bad roster, but for years they've been bad, really had just been a dumpster fire, really bad Lions. They've had some great players, but they've just been a badly run franchise, and you can see, okay, they're 7-0 and they're the only team in the NFL to not have a win, but you can see in some of those games they could have won the games. Like this game here, they could have beaten the Rams. Like Dan Campbell, what I mean by that is that he's making them competitive. He's making them actually like, oh, maybe they could get a shock win over the Rams, but we all know the Rams was going to win this game. But anyway, we have a 7-0 in the first by Swift for the Lions. Then a 33-yard field goal in the first for the Rams to make it 10-3 in the first. Then a 37-yard field goal to make it. Then a cyber field goal in the third to make it 16-17. Then 16-17. Then 19-28 in the fourth by a 40-yard field goal for the Rams to make it 19-28 in the fourth, and the Rams win. And then we had the Bears versus the Buccaneers, 3-38. This game starts off with a 0-7 in the first. The Buccaneers, touchdown by Dargan in the first, touchdown by Godwin in the first. Then touchdown again for the Buccaneers to get 0-21 in the first. Going to the second, we have a 3-21 in the second. 3 touchdowns. Evans had a great game. He had 3 touchdowns in this game. Then we have 3-35 in the third. Field goal in the fourth, make it 3-38 to the Buccaneers. Then we have the Cardinals versus the Colts versus the 49ers. This was 0-6 in the first to the 49ers, and a touchdown by Cox by the Colts in the first to make it 7-6. A field goal in the first for the 49ers to make it 7-12 in the first. Then the Colts lost control of the ball in the second. Colts field goal in the fourth to make it 23-18. A touchdown for Samuels in the fourth to make it 20-18, and a touchdown in the fourth to make it 36-18 in the fourth to the 49ers. Then we have the Washington football team versus Green Bay Packers. Aaron Rodgers got sacked in this game, 7-7 in the first, touchdown by Green Bay in the first, 42-yard field goal in the second, field goal by Crosby in the fourth to make it 7-24, and a touchdown, a field goal in the 45 yard field goal by Evans to make it 10-24 to the Packers. Then we have the Raiders versus the Eagles, and ever since the whole, you guys know what's happened with the whole Raiders when they lost, when the John Gruden resigned for what he did. It's like you would think maybe the team would have they would have gone into a losing kind of streak, that would have really got on their minds. But ever since he's gone, it's like they won last week's game, they won this game, 22-33. Touchdown to make it 7-0 in the first. Touchdown by the Raiders in the second, 7-7. Touchdown in the second to make it 7-14. A field goal by the Raiders for 7-17. And the third touchdown by Raiders to make 17-24 in the third, and then 17-30. Touchdown in the fourth for the Eagles to make it 14-30. Right here is a touchdown for the Eagles to make right here is a touchdown, and a Eagles get 2 points to make it 22-33 to the Raiders. Then we have the Bengals versus the Ravens. Credit to the Bengals. They beat the Ravens 41-17, and the Bengals haven't been good this year. They're not that good of a team, and I was expecting the Ravens were going to win this game, especially when they beat the Chiefs a few weeks ago. And then you get to this game, you have them losing 41-17. We have a 52-yard field goal by the Bengals to make it 3-0 in the first. A field goal in the second to make it 3-3 in the second. A touchdown by the Bengals in the second to make it 10-3 in the second. Touchdown drive in the second to make it 10-10. 3-10 in the second. A touchdown in the third to make it 13-17. Rushing touchdown to make it 41-17 in the fourth to the Bengals. And then we had the Falcons versus the Dolphins. That was 30-28. 0-7 in the first for a touchdown. 33-yard field goal to make it 3-7 in the second. A 49-yard field goal for the Dolphins in the second. A Falcons touchdown in the second to make it 10-7 in the second. 36-yard field goal in the second to make it 13-7. And then Falcons interception and a touchdown in the third to make it 20-14. And a passing touchdown in the fourth to make it 29-14. And then a 36-yard field goal, and the Falcons win 30-28. Then we have the undefeated Cardinals versus the Texans. It was 5-31. 2-0 in the first to the Texans. The Texans started off good. The 2-0 lead in the first. Field goal in the Texans by the first to make it 5-0 in the first. Touchdown by Hopkins in the second to make it 5-7 in the second. Kirk had a touchdown to make it 5-14. 5-17 in the third, and a second touchdown by Hurst to make it, second touchdown by Hurst in the third to make it 5-24, and a touchdown, a field goal in the third for the Cardinals, and then a touchdown to make it 5-31 Cardinals. Then we had the Jets versus the Patriots. 13-54, great week for the Patriots. 0-14 in the first, field goal and touchdown by the Pats. 0-17 and 17-24, and then 13-54 to the Pats. Then we had the Panthers versus the Giants, which was 3-18. Sam Darnold lost to the Giants. That's all I say. Congrats to the Giants, like you won 3-18, but the Panthers losing to the Giants. Then we have the Monday game, last night's game, the Saints versus the Seahawks. And also a stat for the game. After the game, it was the first time since 1992 that the Seahawks have lost, or 3-0. It's the first since 1992 that the Seahawks are 0-3 at home home games. Obviously, their big loss is Russell Wilson, because he injured his finger a couple weeks ago, and ever since then, their season, I don't see them. Maybe they're gonna make the playoffs if he gets back quick enough and healthy enough. But if they're 0-3, the Saints won 13-10. It was a close game. It was 0-7 in the first. Field goal to Brian Johnson from the Saints in the second. 3-7 in the second. Touchdown by Kamara in the second to make it 10-7. Field goal by the Seahawks in the third to make it 10-10, and then a 33-yard field goal in the fourth to make it 13-10 to the Saints. So leave your guys' thoughts in the comments, guys, and I will talk to you guys later.